the Minister of Health and Wellness, this is serious enough, the Minister of Health and Wellness says that Jamaica is participating in the remdesivir, REMDESIVIR, remdesivir. I hope says that I say, remdesivir arm of the WHO. I'd like him to explain to me what is the remdesivir arm of the WHO.
I think it's a vaccination arm of the, I think it's a company, vaccination company of that name, I think so.
Okay, all right, we'll find out from him. All right, let me go over again. The Minister of Health and Wellness says that Jamaica is participating in the remdesivir arm of the WHO solidarity trial.
Trial.
Mark the word trial, you know, solidarity trial. This means that we will be provided with the drug through the trial, and this would be available to hospitals. The trial are going to be available to hospitals. You know? All right. In addition, the government is also trying to formalize registration and procurement of the drug in Jamaica. The drug, however, is not, I'm going to say it again, you know.
Not.
The government, why this is so
Jamaica
weird?
is seeking legal ways to legalize the drug here in Jamaica.
The drug in Jamaica, yeah. The drug, however, is not registered in its country of origin, and that poses a problem.
Can you imagine?
The drug is not registered.
We don't know where it come from either.
But they're going to send the drug, go to the hospital in Jamaica.
And get Jamaica to register it. As what?
Yes,
as
that is the question.
Registered as what?
All right.
And
Minister Tufton says...
From who?
Eh?
Registered as what? And from who?
Yes.
We don't know where it come from.
Yes. Tell them, don't tell us which part it come from, you know. Maybe this person who write this have a better insight per way. So that's why we are going to get him on the phone. Because maybe he have a better insight in who or what is all these things happening. Minister Tufton says that he has spoken about this in his press conference. Well, I never hear the press conference.
Neither have I.
And hundreds, I bet you most people who never vote for them never hear the press conference either. You understand? So, I never hear the press conference, and this obviously is making the rounds. That means that the people them who are sending it to who never hear the press conference neither. No. So we want some clarification from the government.
Is Dr. Tufton, it would be nice if Dr. Tufton explained it to the Jamaican people. Because you see, one of the problems I have with them thing Muta, the Jamaican government works with and for the Jamaican people. I always think whenever you go into some things that involve the Jamaican people, the Jamaican people should be very aware of it, whether it's money you go borrow, whether it's goods and service you trust, anything. The people first supposed to know, and if the people approve it, you go and do the people's business. Sometimes we think the thing is treated as, well, we have the people, so we can go do things on their behalf. Most things the government do is done under the auspices of the government and people of Jamaica. How much does the people of Jamaica know about the businesses conducted on their behalf?
Yes.
To the extent where we have negotiation about vaccines. And let me just say this, make the people hear this and understand this. Personally, I am not against vaccine. As a little youth, I remember clearly when I youth and them hold up my arm, the whole we line up in a line and them use something look like a gun. It's a pie in your arm, yes, sir. And the whole we have that little mark there. I am not even certain what vaccines those were. But so far, I can knock on wood. I grew up and reached 64, I'm not sick, never sick in my life. I am not against vaccine. But I am against being vaccinated and not knowing what you're being vaccinated with. And where it come from. Because for 32 years in the United States of America, They've been vaccinating children and nobody don't know what they're using.
Yes.
When the study concluded, it shows that them are use pig urine, mercury, and all kind of things. So we see the youth them have autism and different things. And we wonder what really happened. No, the people must also understand that these trial vaccines where they might try, them go Africa with it, maim and kill a whole heap of people. India, same thing. And France just run them out with them something. Why would you want to come to our country? Because we're not guinea pig, we're human beings. Why would you want to come to our country to try
a vaccine?
And
well, them say a drug, so we don't know if it's a vaccine still.
Well, firstly, we need to know what it is to come vaccinate with.
Yeah,
and I would trust that our leaders would want to know that too. Because you can't just allow your people to take anything where you yourself don't know about. That wouldn't be fair. So this thing really needs a discussion, and a serious discussion, because you're talking about the lives of the Jamaican people.
Not only that, I want to know if them go gather up all the parliamentarians and them to take the drug.
Well, we'd have to watch them take
it. You know, say, I want to go take all the parliamentarians to take the drug, but you want to
make sure the right one them taking too.
You see, the problem with this, and I want the government understand something. Maybe some of them are listening still, that it's not the majority of people put on there, It's a minority of the population put on there. So you have a majority of people out there
who consciously is aware of what is
happening. Yes.
And I mean, it is important. Me see it become this important no matter why me choose to come talk to you today too. So may I show you which part it reach. It is important because we all have serious concerns. Because not all of us who sit down there and talk don't understand what I want. Some of us choose not to speak. Yeah. But when it get to a certain point, we need to make our voices heard. Because this is serious, and this is Jamaica, our Jamaica.
Very serious.
Our Jamaica land we love.
Very serious.
Yeah, man, it is.
Why is it that these people feel that them can make things happen for we and don't tell we?
So if this is true, if this that is being circulated is true, so too was one circulating about our Prime Minister. And I didn't hear the press conference, but I was told that a press conference was done and that he said they were fake news.
When them said that conference?
This must have been about a day or two ago. Because there's
you mean the other fake news, the other news?
The other news about the vaccination.
But the money where the government gets.
No, with Bill Gates.
But the money where the government gets.
Yes.
Yeah, them say that's fake news.
That is something we're circulating. No.
Yeah, I have that too. Me never read it too.
I didn't see the press conference myself. I was told that the press conference was held by the Prime Minister, who said it is all fake news.
Yeah.
Now, I have to trust the Prime Minister's judgment.
It did sound to me like fake still, but that's another story.
What I'm saying is I have to trust the Prime Minister because he's our Prime Minister. We trust him to do the best for us.
Yeah.
So,
you know, Sir Freddie, I don't trust him enough.
No, but I'm going to say something else,
Yeah.
But there was another part of the whole discussion where he supposedly said, when it come and the country get it, those who don't wish to take it, don't have to take it.
And it will be free.
Yes.
That is what I'm saying.
Fine. All right, there are some issues with that. Where's the vaccination coming from?
That's a problem.
Whose vaccination are you using?
Yes, that's a big problem.
Yeah, major. It's bigger than even the country has now. Whose vaccination you're using? Those who do not wish to take the vaccination.
What is the consequence?
What is the consequences for those people?
Yes.
Will they be banned from traveling? Will they be banned from buying food in the store? Will they be banned from going to the tax office?
Yes.
Because them don't have it. So there are other issues.
All of this argument that we hear, we need a clarification.
We need a clarification for all of it. We don't want to wait till the time come and we buck up in this.
Hold on. We just
while driving to Jamaica, there's only one radio station I listen to. IRIE FM.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Mr. Darby, good. Give thanks to answer this call, man.
You're sounding a little bit tough, though.
Sound a little bit what?
You're not loud enough. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, not loud enough.
Let me see if I can.
Well, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Freddie McGregor is here with me. Freddie McGregor is here with me.
Freddie, how you doing?
Yes, I'm good, Vernon. Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, man.
All right, we were just discussing your article that is making the circles online.
It is just amazing. This thing must have gone around the world a few times.
Of course.
For your listeners, let me just state what was put up. It says the Minister of Health and Wellness says that Jamaica is participating in the remdesivir arm of the WHO, that's the World Health Organization, Solidarity Trial. This means that we will be provided with the drug through the trial, and this will be available to hospitals. In addition, the government is also trying to formalize the registration and procurement of the drug in Jamaica. The drug, however, is not registered in its country of origin, and that poses a problem. Minister Tufton says that he has spoken about it in his press conferences.
Okay.
Now, my understanding is that a number of drugs are being tested at this time.
Yes.
You have vaccines and you have drugs. Remdesivir is a drug. Now, in the United States, my understanding is that they have given permission for emergency use of the drug. I also have heard from very reliable sources that the drug has been imported into Jamaica because persons have requested it, and I guess they can, and they've gotten permission to import the drugs. And I understand that persons are applying for permit to import more of the drugs. Because what is happening is that persons know who are now suffering from COVID, they will seek help and assistance. And because in the United States, the drug is now approved for emergency use, I guess that's the reason for it being imported into Jamaica.
What is the drug? What is the drug?
Remdesivir.
What is it made of or from?
No, I can't give that kind of, because I'm not competent to give those details. But all I do know, that drug, which is being investigated or tested by, I think it's called Gillian Sciences, it falls under the whole group of WHO. They call it Solidarity. And those countries are working together as a team. So, from what I understand, it is not as clandestine as what some of us might think. But there needs to be more communication. That is why persons are very suspicious. And probably to be better if the medical profession communicates some more. But what I find in Jamaica is that doctors, they get into political arguments. They complain about what they ought to get, which nothing is wrong with that. But what we need doctors who come out and help to educate us, because we do know that persons are quite skeptical of politicians.
All right, Mr. Darby, Mr. mentioned a line as the article. It said, the drug, however, is not registered in the country of origin. What do you mean by that?
My understanding to be the United States, but also trying to find the habitat. But in the United States, they have authorized its use for emergency purposes because a drug has to go through a number of procedures before it can be accepted. They will probably test it on animals and various things they have. And the persons who, another thing that probably is wrong here, that persons are getting the wrong impression, persons are under the impression that persons are forced to take the drug. No. Right across the world, persons volunteer to take the drug. That's be part of the whole test group in different countries. So it is not forced on anyone. But I want to know that when we get ill, I will go to the doctor, a drug is prescribed. Now we can say to the doctor, I will not take it, and sometimes the doctor might ask you if you are allergic to penicillin, for example. So the argument that persons will be forced, no. Nowhere in the world are you forced to take it.
And nobody will need a card to travel if them don't take it.
What's that?
There is a theory
That's speculation. But what can happen is that a country might say, unless you have been vaccinated against so they will not admit you. We don't have any control over that because it's a country sets on regulation in terms of entering crossing its borders, then that's their prerogative.
Okay.
I listened to something that you just said, Vernon. You said there are vaccines and there are drugs. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right, so we know that there are over 9 companies companies trying to develop vaccines.
Right.
As of now, we don't know which one is going to come up with a vaccine that is workable. Nobody knows that. How effective is this drug for the treatment of COVID?
Well,
has it been proven to be curing people?
The pharmacists I've spoke to here, I only can tell you anecdotally, because we have to wait on the test results. We don't have that kind of information. What we do know is that persons who have taken them, it has lessened the time of the illness.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we have come out so far. But it is just the testing phase, and my understanding from my reading, sometimes it takes many, many years. But because of the impact of this drug, it's a race against time to get something out. So you're studying the virus, you're testing all these drugs. But the problem we have is that, especially in Jamaica, we need the professionals, the doctors, to speak more. While the government can speak to, for example, what they're doing in terms of curfews or restrictions and so on, I think it's best if the doctors come out and speak and say what has been discovered, what can be done, and right now we're not getting that. So what you get now is, by the way, I must make it very clear, information that I put out is official information. I didn't concoct it at all. No.
Yes. Thank you.
That's why I call you. That's why I call you.
Because persons have asked me, how can I verify this? It is accurate information. And if it wasn't, the minister would have disassociated himself from it already.
Exactly.
All right, so
the Prime Minister in his press conference concurred with some of the points made about the drug this week. He had a press conference and he mentioned it.
Yeah, those press conferences need to be conferences that the entire country tune into, you know. Because if it is that much important.
Yeah, it's brought
before the election.
We don't want things that run up and not circulate like that. The whole entire country is supposed to know what is happening in a pandemic situation.
I have a suggestion. I'm going to make it to the minister because, you know, Freddie, I get very involved. I don't know why. I don't know who give me the authority. I do get very involved.
No problem.
That the politicians will probably take a back seat for a while. Not for too long, because there are persons who love the political leaders. But I think, and the news media, they have a role to play too. They need to get some doctors out there who the nation respect and can trust, speaking to the issue. But let me tell you something. A lot of persons, I must tell you, are making mischief on the internet because some of the stories that I see going around, they can't be so. But what I must tell you, I think, caused this is because historically, we know what happened with in Germany, with the Nazis, and how they were testing the Jews and the carrying out all kinds of experiments.
India,
all
France,
in America. So with that historical background, we have to understand that this is in the people, call it the DNA, whatever you call it. It's in the people, therefore it is easy for people to misunderstand. But while some persons they genuinely misunderstand, there are also some serious mischief makers out there. Oh yes, I'm making major mischief.
Well, if people are searching the internet, we would know that there's lots of false and fake news out there. But so we have to pick sense from that.
Right now, if, for example, for the government to say, get a team of doctors, go there and get the message out. And because you have to understand that Jamaica is a very polarized country politically, but not just Jamaica, countries based generally. So we have to separate the role of the politician in terms of dealing with policies, see what will be done, what the resources will be, and then probably allow the medical professionals to speak more often about this matter.
All right, Mr. Darby. All right. Make us say something here now. Because what I find is that the theories is louder than the truth. And because the theories get spread all over more than the truth, more people believe these theories than what is true.
Right.
I'm trying to find out now. Just like how the Prime Minister and the Doctor used to talk on the radio before the election about the COVID. Why was that? Why did it stop?
Right. No, I can't, but I can only say, that's why I said to you before, that politicians have to be very careful how they come out and speak on certain matters, because the moment you do something, persons become suspicious. Now, persons will conclude that the reason spoke before, and it didn't take certain measures because the election was coming up. And that is why I believe that this is why you need to hear the professionals more. So when you have to communicate a message, it's very important to know who is communicating what and how it is communicated. Because if you don't look at the what and the how, you can have miscommunication, and that can be catastrophic.
But you know that your article has caused a lot of fright out there.
And panic, yes.
Panicking. I don't know if you realize that.
I would say the article, what persons have done, they have taken it and twisted it around.
That's why I call you. That's why I call you, because I said, I need to find out if the government is doing this. I don't realize the government really are doing it. I am taking your word, I say it is reliable source, that this is what is happening.
Right,
I'm quoting you on it. Anyway, I'm going to quote you.
Yeah, the quality is very bad. But yes, what they have done is that they have taken what I've said, and I was the one who said this is coming straight from the ministry. They have taken it now and try to make it seem as if though this drug is here. As I tell my information, I have no proof, but I get it from very reliable sources that organizations have got permission to carry the drug in. But this is on the basis that you have persons who have patients who have agreed to take the drug. But what persons have done, and let me tell you why they have done it. My Facebook page is extremely popular. And that's why I'm very careful of what I put there. But what these smart guys have done is take something from my page, add to it, and then it takes a different thing completely.
I get that already. I hear something from Facebook and I never listen.
The quality is very bad. I'm not hearing you very well at all, Motor.
No, I don't say that. It happened to me all the while on Facebook.
Yes. What you have to understand is you have some very bright persons these days, and when you have brilliant persons who have nothing to do, a brilliant mind can become a very dangerous one.
Yes. But overall,
it seems almost a conflict with the government and with the medical profession. That's what it has done. And I will tell you more, in terms of the work I do, Freddie, I will tell you too. You know I don't joke with anybody, but that's just people.
Yeah, man.
That's work for a party. But the moment you criticize anybody about anything, you become a target.
Yeah, I know.
I have started when I was unread. I've been doing this kind of work for probably over 30 years.
And that is really sad too, because we must be able to speak about issues without that kind of stuff.
But Freddie, I won't go into details. You are quite aware that I took a position on a matter which is in conflict with the person that I'm working with. And it got me to some very hot water.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell Jamaica, as a person, I try to be fair. I have my biases. But I'm not going to sacrifice my credibility in order to align with anybody or any party. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yep. Yeah, our love and dedication is to the Jamaican people and Jamaica, our country.
Yes, exactly.
Well, you've said something that I hope some people are listening who are in position to do these things, because I think we know more than any time before need to speak directly to the Jamaican people in a manner that they understand what it is that we are doing before we do them, and not to push things on the people to frighten them and scare them away, and then you have all these things running up and down the place. No man, we're intelligent people.
Pushing this, Freddie, because other things have been pushed over the years, like laws. You only have laws when they come in Parliament. The perception is there that you're pushing these things down people's throats. So we have to start doing things differently. So
differently, yes.
They are consulted with.
Fully agree.
All right. The rumors will go out there and push down the throat.
Yes.
All right, sir.
Certainly.
Give thanks for your input.
Yes, Vernon, you there?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. It's quite bad, but continue.
Yes, Muta is saying give thanks for your input. And we really appreciate you calling in and sharing this. And I hope people listen and get a better understanding of what it is.
This is all about.
You know how to get a better understanding? If Muta does a simple poem, I could grab the attention of the people.
I play them kind of tune them and start making now and I'm joking still. Revolution means revolution.
Until I heard that you have Department of Management Studies but not Ownership Studies. The point I'm making is that if we use persons like that more effectively.
Can you repeat the first part of that?
I was saying that the first thing I know about Muta is a statement about you have Department of Management Studies at the university, but none for ownership studies. Now, with this poetry, it reaches out to people very effectively with the rhythm and everything. You with your music and your voice. And I'm saying sometimes the professional must use the culture, use creative persons like yourself to educate us, because art can be used to educate the people about science. And if we do that, we'll bridge that gap in terms of communication. Because sometimes when
yes, that's why we're here, sir. That's why we're here.
Technical job and kind of just crowd up everything.
Okay. Give thanks. Give thanks. Thank you very much.
Yes, Vernon, thank you. And keep up the good work, brother.
Great talking to you guys. I'm going to keep up the work. If you don't, leave back.
Yes, sir.
You win that because it's great, man. Great talking to you. Freddie, music coming, my brother.
Yeah, man. Vernon, good brother.
Put on the nurse for me now, asymptomatic, you will get it automatic. Not even the nurse or doctor can stop it.